And there's one other person here. And whoever you are, you're my favorite person. It's a Saturday night. It feels weird to be doing this on a Saturday, offering up the live stream. But I'm down. 2 people. Hi. 3 people. Being very excited to know who those people are. If you feel comfortable sharing, but you don't have to. Yeah. I was like, oh, I should put makeup on just a tiny bit. Not even taking into consideration that at this time of day that like, Wiley, hey, thanks for being here. That the sun makes me all kinds of fun shadows, so makeup's probably didn't matter. You guys ready for some music? I've kind of got a theme. Oh gosh. Who knows the Seinfeld episode where the woman in the shadows gets it's like the different face as soon as she steps into the light. That's about what I'm rocking. We've got 2 themes that we're working around today. One is spring, in an effort to call it in, please. And one is journeying and loving people on their journeys. That's what we got. 2 themes. I'm so happy you're here. Hi. All right, this one I wrote last spring, probably, I bet it's a year old-ish. It was around Earth Day. Because it was for a patron. And it was her prompt song, and it was also her birthday. And I feel like it was Sue or Susan. Yes. And she gave me a couple prompts. It was like birthday, celebrate. It was more like she gave me a bunch of ideas. Oh, Seattle. Greg, Eric, hi. Okay. So this is this Earth Day birthday song. The birds are back in town. They're singing for you. I swear I heard your name just now. Somewhere in the ooh. There's a hillside full of dandelions. So I picked a big bouquet to say, come on over, you're invited to leave the shadows you've been hiding in. That pretty dress hanging in your closet, collecting dust ever since you bought it. Go shake it off, we'll shake it up. We've both been waiting long enough, and there's a warm spring breeze for you and me. Oh, any chance we get, I'll take it. Life is short, let's celebrate it. This only happens once a year. Everything in blue. Blink your eyes and buds appear. The world looks brand new with the sunshine lighting on your shoulder, the smile lighting up your face. You're saying, come on over, you're invited to leave the shadows you've been hiding in. That pretty dress hanging in your closet, collecting dust ever since you bought it. Go shake it off, we'll shake it up. We've both been waiting long enough, and there's a warm spring breeze for you and me. Oh, any chance we get, I'll take it. Life is short, let's celebrate it. I've heard confetti's bad for the ocean, and helium's in short supply. That grass is green, this cloud is pink, and look at all this blue sky. Come on over, you're invited to leave the shadows you've been hiding in. That pretty dress hanging in your closet, collecting dust ever since you bought it. Go shake it off, we'll shake it up. We've both been waiting long enough, and there's a warm spring breeze for you and me. Oh, any chance we get, I'll take it. Life is short, let's celebrate it. saw you, Chris. Thank you for saying that. How are you doing? The bridge, both confetti's bad for the ocean. True. And helium's in short supply. I remember that news article. And also, it's all the Sarah Morris song titles squished into a bridge. It feels, I'll be honest, a little early to be singing a spring song here in Minnesota. Today is the first day that feels like spring might be coming. And when I looked ahead in the weather, it's not going to stay feeling that way. But it's okay. We can call it in. Where, Johnny, it's spring in Tennessee, right? Seattle. I wonder what's Seattle like this time of year. Does it feel like spring? It's so great to see you. See your name, I can see your face. I'm so skilled at that. Spring songs. It's spring there. Are there bloomings? Are there flowers? Somebody posted on Instagram from Texas and they were like, spring. And I was like, shut your face. We still have snow. I don't think we have any snow, but... All right, other songs that say spring early on. Yeah? Somehow, I haven't done this one on the 9 at 9. I've been making an inventory of the songs I've done at this event so that I don't repeat. Because no one would care if I repeated. And yet I have that weird complex. Grass mowing, yeah, we're definitely not there, Wiley. Not even close. Nope. We have a backyard that's filled with like matted last fall on top of grass that might grow. Yeah. Spring came early this year or came late, I can't tell. Oh, I hardly know what day it is. Anyway, you could hold a calendar in front of my face and press my finger to some square, declare with confidence it's this one, maybe. But there's a weirdness and a wildness and a heaviness to every moment lately, and I feel a little comfort knowing you probably feel the same things too. So even if we're far apart, I can still be with you. The weeks are flying by, the hours are just limping along. My heart can't settle on a song to fit the mood I'm in, which is a restlessness like I've never known. I've paced each inch of my kitchen floor, that my door's unlocked and there's an open road if I had the inclination. And there's a bitterness, but a sweetness too, and a darkness and a light that finds me daily. And I feel a little comfort knowing you probably feel the same things too. So even if we're far apart, I can still be with you. And I'm not sleeping well, so I'm rarely awake, but I end each night with a prayer for strength and the wisdom to take this time, this space to root down. Trust one day we will bloom out again, and I feel a little comfort knowing you probably feel the same things too. So even if we're far apart, I can still feel a little comfort a restlessness like I've never known. 2 years later, I'm feeling it again. Anyone feeling restless? I wondered as I sang that, did I feel that every spring and just not name it until 2020? And now I'm aware. Hey, Dad. Hi. Yeah. I don't know. I'm feeling itchy. Itchy, not allergy at all. I don't have that happening. But thank you. I'm going to do a love song. This does not directly pertain to either theme, but it feels springy to me. Always has, even though I wrote it in June. And yeah, I sang it at a show last weekend. It was more of like a gig, like there's gigs. You're in the corner, baby's in the corner singing while people eat their breakfast. It was awesome. And then there's shows. I consider this a show where you're definitely restless. Yeah, I feel you, Chris. I'm sure it's very similar where you are. Where you're more directly engaged in like both the space in between the songs as well as the songs. And anyways, I was at a gig, so people were only paying some attention. And I decided to do the song, which I've done bajillion times, and I could not remember how to play it. So when I was thinking about what to sing today, I was like, I need to fix that. I need to sing it. Yes. Since my dad's here, I will say that the first time I ever did this in person, I remembered playing this it was called Vauqueré at the time, or Vieux-Carré. We don't know how to pronounce it, which is fine because it is a new name. It's called KJ's. What is it? KJ's what? KJ's Place. KJ's Hideaway. That's what it's called. And I remember my dad saying when I was done that he thought it was a perfect song. Thanks, Dad, for shouting the little belief behind this one, because it meant a lot to me. I wrote it when I was hopped up on cold medicine. June of 2017. 2016. Gosh. Whoa. That's a long time ago. You're the helium in my balloon, the switch that flips to chase the dark from the room. The swish of my skirt from a cool breeze that blew on a summer's day. You roll the clouds away. You're the cotton candy in my paper cone, whispers of sugar spun into foam. Each taste is a rush, I can't get enough. I'm a kid again when you're in my hands. Oh, I have a tendency to walk through this world heavy-hearted, collecting sorrows like stones. You have this effect on me. I'm light as a feather when we are together, and I thought you should know. You're a moonlit waltz to a cricket song, but floating underneath the stars I hum along. The pull of your arm shows me where I belong, so I close my eyes and enjoy the high. Oh, I have a tendency to walk through this world heavy-hearted, casting sorrows like stones. You have this effect on me. I'm light as a feather when we are together, and I thought you should know. In my balloon, my troubles start to disappear as we fly into the blue. You're the best thing I've found. Please say you'll stay around as we drift back down and our feet touch the ground. I love that one, and I don't sing it enough anymore. But it really did when I wrote it. Cracked a rib. Nursing on permanent ginger ale. Aww. Thanks, Wiley. I'm so sorry to hear that. I was listening to a podcast, you guys, before I came here. I picked up some takeout for my family. And in the podcast, the gentleman who was being interviewed told the story that was like what changed his life. And he was auditioning for the NFL. You probably call it something differently than auditioning for, but whatever. And he was running a 40-meter situation, and he heard a sound that he thought was people falling down or something crashing. And turns out it was his quad ripping from his bone. Oh my God. As he told the story, I started to feel such deep physical pain. And just seeing crack a rib, I felt that same thing all over again. Yeah. Anyways. Thank you. We're going to do a new one. Only one person has heard this. That person is not here. His name's Steve Shepard. He is a prompter status fella. And he's kind of new to the Sarah subscriber party. I met him. I've actually never met him. I'm full of lies. He came to his show in October where I opened for Alicia Wiley, the actress, and Alicia Witt. Yeah, gosh, my brain. And he became a patron. Steve Shepard, you're awesome. And when I asked him, I was like, okay, I'm ready to write a song for your prompter status. What do you have for a word? And his word was comedy. So the phrase, ain't it funny, was what was in my brain, kind of where it started. And I meant to grab this book as a prop, not a prop, but just to show you. I had been reading this book, 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. I loved this book by Oliver Burkeman. I read it over the course of probably 2 months last fall into winter. And it just got me, like, I have a ton of songs and I'm like, oh, because I was reading 4,000 Weeks. Oh, yes, it's because I was reading that book about our mortality. Yes. And this one's a super direct correlation because it's called The Math. And I shared it with Steve, but that's it. That's the end. So here we go. I just did the math. It broke my heart. See, it's been 3 years since I last came apart. On account of laughter rather than sorrow. Oh, past since I got swept away by waves of joy instead of restless simmering with occasional swells of rage. I just did the math. Damn those numbers on the page. Ain't it funny we spend so much time talking about how we ought to be spending our time on and on. We sigh how fast it goes and fail to notice. Oh, there it went, another moment. Tick, tick, ticking by. In a way, I guess it's funny. Yeah, in a way, it makes me wanna cry. I just did the math. You were there too. Nearly 1,000 days ago, and so many moons. Those foreign streets cast a magic spell. Everything you said sent me ringing like a bell. I just did the math. Tell me, when can we go back? Ain't it funny we spend so much time talking about how we ought to be spending our time on and on. We sigh how fast it goes and fail to notice. Oh, there it went, another moment. Tick, tick, ticking by. In a way, I guess it's funny. Yeah, in a way, it makes me wanna cry. We knew the terms and conditions from the beginning. Still, we try and add it all up. Still, we find it's never enough. I just did the math. It's not too late. So I'll run to you quick as I can, saying right now, can we change? Yesterday's a blur, tomorrow's written in the sand. Let the tide roll in, steal all of our plans. Let it leave us here, standing here, hand in hand. I just did the math. I just did the math. Math. At the time, I was like, oh my gosh. I think somewhere else I was asked the question, like, how much of your day is spent with laughter? And I was like, oh, I hate that question. That feels, because the answer is not enough. Even though I love to laugh. And so that's where all of that came from. So, ta-ta. Thanks, Steve, for the math. Fun. Thank you, Johnny. I like breaking in the voice sometimes. All right, what else do I have? Oh, I have them in order. Okay, we're going to do, here's where the theme gets real. The next 5 songs. Loving people, even though part of loving them means that probably they have to leave you for a little bit or forever or something, right? I'm thinking there's like parental love, and even sometimes that has a romantic context or a friend context, and that's what we're going to journey through for the next 4 to 5 songs. Are you ready? Y'all ready for this? This was a co-write that I did last week for our prompt, which was Vines. And the song came out of 2 things. One, when I looked up, I mean, I know what vines are, but I looked up anyways, because I like for inspiration, and it said that in the British Isles, that vines, as we would traditionally call them, we have vines means a plant with a growth habit where it climbs up around things. Lots of plants are vines. But in the British Isles, they're going to only call grapevines vines, and all the other plants that grow in that same way, they're called climbers. So that's where I went in. That's what I brought to Ted was this first line. And the other piece of it was that I've known a couple kids like this, but specifically one of my best friend's daughter was absurdly gifted in climbing. Like, she's like 13 months old and she was climbing upstairs and climbing up ladders, doing things you don't want your kids to do. And also it's like, this is amazing. And clearly this is a thing to pay attention to. So I took my friend Ted and I, who's doing a gig right now with my other friend Doyle, and I'm cheering them on from afar. Ted and I worked this song out, and it was super fun because Ted brought tenderness to it in a way that I probably wasn't going to. But he did. Here we go. Enough talking. Yeah. She's a climber in every sense of the word. Ever since she was the girl that went from crawling to bounding up that oak in our neighbor's backyard, she always took it a little farther than we hoped, 'cause she's a reacher from her toes straight through her fingers, top branch, top shelf, and the dreams keep getting bigger. Pull the trigger, she's a bullet from a gun, and like this song goes, you know she was born to run. So if I'm honest, sometimes I have to close my eyes, remind myself to breathe. What she needs me to be is steady like that tree, steady like that tree. And as she sets her sights on even higher heights, though it terrifies me, I'll be steady like that tree. She's a wonder, so far ahead of the curve, blazing trails with every turn, and I'm amazed at how much I get to learn. The way she shines, oh, I am blinded by her. So if I'm honest, sometimes I have to close my eyes, remind myself to breathe. What she needs me to be is steady like that tree, steady like that tree. And as she sets her sights on the even higher heights, though it terrifies me, steady like that tree. She's surrounded by solid ground and arms that would hold her if she ever felt like touching down. But there's only so much time and all this open sky, so I whisper, let her fly, let her fly, though I'm terrified. Remind myself to breathe. What she needs me to be is steady like that tree, steady like that tree. And as she sets her sights on even higher heights, allow me to be steady like that tree, steady like that tree. She's a wonder, yay for, oh, thank you, Wiley, thank you. It's fun. It's I found lately that when I co-write with people, like I have a chance to get to some of that more up-tempo, kind of like leaning into some of the country-ish, like place where I came from, more than I'm likely to do if I'm by myself, which is kind of fun. Kind of fun. All right, and that song, let me do the cover for tonight, or one of the covers. Could be about the same person, but just like an older person. Older version of that same character. Who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Who's never left home, who's never struck out to find a dream and a life of their own. A place in the clouds, a foundation of stone. Many proceed and many will follow. A young girl's dream no longer hollow. It takes the shape of a place out west. But what it holds for her, she hasn't yet guessed. She needs wide open spaces, room to make a big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming back with the rest. If these are life's lessons, she'll take these tests. She needs wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She knows the high stakes. She knows the highest stakes. As her folks drive away, her dad yells, check the oil. Mom stares out the window and says, I'm leaving my girl. She says it didn't seem like that long ago when she stood there and let her own folks know. She needs wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She knows the high stakes. She knows the highest stakes. She knows the high stakes. Ooh. You can't overstate how meaningful that song was to me, and like, I don't know, probably all the Sarah Morrises out there. Oh, Liz, yay! It's been one that I've never wanted to sing because I love it so dearly, and I wouldn't change it. I feel like a lot of times when we do covers, we want the thought that we'd make it our own. Well, I don't want to make that my own ever. I want it only to live as this like perfect, like the Dixie. I know Dixie Chicks didn't even write it. Susan Gibson wrote it, but the first time I heard it, how meaningful it was to me, and like even now, just talking about it, like I want to cry. So thanks for letting me do that in front of you. But when I shared the Climber song with my friend Kristen, whose daughter is the one that I was like referring to that was a climber at the age. Kristen and I were Dixie Chicks lovers together, and Kristen also lived with us in Nashville, and she was like, I loved your letter. It had Let Her Fly on the bridge. And I was like, oh, for sure. It's like a Dixie Chick song. And I didn't even think about it. Or it's like that. It's a continuation of the same story. And it didn't even occur to me. And then when I went to go learn Wide Open Spaces today, I was like, and I could even sing them at the same key. They could be the same song. But just one is about the younger girl version. Anyways, now I'm going to do something scary. It looks like I've signed up to do this other song that's brand new. And how are you all doing? How are you doing out there? I like that we have East Coast family and West Coast today and Midwest. So we are running the gamut from the whole thing. We have no one in Mountain Time, I don't think, but that's okay. Otherwise, we're covering all of our bases. This song just was a random songling. It has no prompt basis. It just was something that came out of writing in my journal in the morning. And that's fun. Coast to coast. By the way, Wiley Mill's been wearing her 930 shirt with the cupcakes on it a lot. And it's so cute on her. So, thank you. She doesn't have a lot of black graphic tees, so it makes her look like older. I don't know how else to explain that. I'm gonna see if this makes me less. It's very sunshiny, which I love, but it's also kind of like right in my eyeballs, right there. Anyway, so this song is like a gift from the morning pages, which maybe it's not a gift. We don't know that yet. But I wrote it and sang it to myself, and once I sat down to figure out the guitar, I was like, oh, there's only two chords in pretty much the whole song. That's kind of fun. I never do that. And there's probably a good reason. Oh gosh, the lighting. God bless it. Shadow Girl. Come back. I see you out there wandering. Come back. Oh, I have missed you so. Come back whenever you are ready to come back. Rest a while before, of course, again you go. Come back. Tell me all your favorite stories. Come back. Show me the world through your gaze. Come back. I'll gladly lose track of the hours. Come back. I swear I will not count the days. Ooh. Come back. If you'd like, I could hold you. Come back, my arms soft as they are strong. Come back, I have prepared my shoulder. Come back for the weight of you to press in and then pass over. Stretch of time, those illusions are not mine. Ooh. Come back, less a plea, more of a promise. Come back, no strings, the terms made clear. Come back, should you grow weary of this constant motion. Come back, come back, come back, I will be So I feel like both that song and the She's a Climber come from that similar place of sometimes when you really love someone, like you have to, part of that love offering is like, you go and you go do all those things and I'll just be here. And there's no stuffs around it. Stuffs is a really official term when it comes to love. But you know what I mean? I don't know. Trusting that they have to go out and see the world on their terms, and the offering you have is that you're there. Should they want to touch you down for a moment, you'll be there. That's that. So, here's a song that I wrote years ago, maybe about a similar person. I don't know. We have 2 more songs. You good? So glad you're here. Thank you. Yes. She packs a cardboard box and a suitcase in the trunk of her car. No backpacks running shotgun, the floorboards holding her guitar. Oh, she knew what to take and what to leave behind. Yeah, she's good at goodbye. She's on the shortcut to the highway with the window rolled down. She rests her head on her left hand, her ponytail just whips around. One look in the mirror, a few tears in her eyes, but they will dry, 'cause she's good at goodbye. And her heart has always been a hummingbird. Beginning has always been her favorite word. She knows to start something new, she has to close a door or two. Yes, she's been down this road a few times. She's good at goodbye. She's good at goodbye. She's on the shortcut to the highway with the window rolled down. She rests her head on her left hand, ponytail just whips around. One look in the mirror, a few tears in her eyes, but they will dry, 'cause she's good at goodbye. What's the next verse? Headed south on 35, there's not a cloud in the sky. She's got her phone off beside her, so he can't call and ask why she didn't stay, why she didn't try. Lord, she tried, but she's good at goodbye. And her heart has always been a hummingbird. Beginning has always been her favorite word. She knows to start something new, she has to close a door or two. Yes, she's been down this road a few times. She's good at goodbye. She's good at goodbye. So the mile markers and the memories roll on by. She doesn't just wants to know how fast she can fly. She can fly. And her heart has always been a hummingbird. Beginning has always been her favorite word. She knows to start something new, she has to close a door or two. Yes, she's been down this road a few times. Oh, she's been down this road a few times. She's good at goodbye. She's good at goodbye. At goodbye. Ooh. Can you see me dancing around the sun? Because it's blinding me. When we would do these shows all the time, when we would do the 5 songs in Big Love, 2020 style, I learned eventually to tape a bunch of papers up on my window. But I'm out of practice. A classic. Oh, Liz, you're nice to say that. Liz, I am playing up in your neck of the woods on May 13th, Friday the 13th. It's an outside show, weather permitting, in St. Joseph. Yes, heart like a hummingbird, exactly. It's like my guitar strap has a hummingbird on it. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go out with a song that I haven't sang in forever, but it's one I've always loved, and it's similar. Go out. Go out and love. Go out and see the world, and I will love you. I'll be here. Oh, let's wait. Hold on. Just to order business. Thank you, Sarah subscribers. I know that sometimes people watch this after the fact, so. And Liz sometimes looks for her name, right? So Liz, yeah. I love you all. Thank you. It means so much that you would be here with me and that you'd be there with me. See the pyramids along the Nile. Watch the sunrise on a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, been a dream of peace. You belong to me. I'd be so alone without you. Maybe you'd be lonesome too, and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again that you belong to me. the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again that you belong to me. Just remember till you're home again that you belong to me. Thank you so much. See ya May 9th. It's a Monday. Okay.